But you want to say, well, no, we shouldn't have that many. Well, somebody's going to get them. If they are made anywhere on this planet, some criminal is going to find a way to get them. I know that's something that liberals, liberals do. Well, liberals in power understand this. Your everyday liberal does not. Your liberal in power, I know we like to call liberals idiots and they're stupid. They fully understand most of the stuff that they're doing. They fully understand how destructive their policies are. But they're not about helping you. And that's what you've got to realize. The Democratic Party is not out there to help you. You have to understand and realize this. So you got to, good old Clinton running around telling, well, who needs to have that high capacity clip? Well, let me tell you something. Those Secret Service people that protected you and still protect you, Bill, have high capacity clips. They don't have 6 and 8 shooters in those in their holster. That's for damn sure. And why the hell? Those people are there not to listen to politics. I don't even know why they invited him to speak over there, but they're for an consumer electronics show. They want to see all the gadgets. What do you think about the gadgets, Bill? There were no guns on display at the CES in Las Vegas. There weren't. I guess maybe some people have put guns in an app on some of the phones. Actually, what they're called, phablets now. Phablets, yeah, ablets. And that's a cross between a tablet and a phone. And the glaring example of one of those today is a Samsung Galaxy Note. Yeah. And they got the Galaxy Note 2. It's either out or coming out. It's already out. I'm not one of those people that's into high-tech gadgets all the time because, one, they're just expensive, especially nowadays. They're obsolete literally 6 months later. I had a flip phone for the longest time. I had a BlackBerry up until, a few weeks ago. But now I kind of got bitten by this thing. Because now I have a Samsung Galaxy S2. And I saw the Galaxy Note. And I'm thinking, that's kind of cool. It's kind of big, and now there are people asking, what is Apple going to do? And you got some people speculating. The rumor there was, Apple is going to come out with the absolute ultimate in phablet, phone tablet. And the speculation is that one of the reasons they came out with the mini iPad is because Apple had planned to put a cellular phone in it. Now, I'm looking at there's another one I can't remember, there's another phablet that's coming. It's got a 6-inch screen. Now, the Galaxy Note 2 has got a little, I think it's 5.2-inch screen. And this new phablet, I can't remember who the manufacturer is. It's got a 6-inch screen. And, it's got a little pen stylus. And I think it's cool. And, I'm learning a lot about a lot of the apps out there. And you know what else I found out? Is that having a phone like a Galaxy S2 or 3 or a phablet is great with some of the apps, not just Angry Birds. Yes, I do not have Angry Birds loaded on my phone. And I don't have it loaded on my phone for a reason. I don't have it loaded on my home computer for a reason. I don't have it loaded on my laptop for a reason. But I have it loaded on my iPad. Yes, I have an iPad. And when I went to San Francisco, I played it on the airplane. And I knew I'd get hooked on this stupid thing, and I did, which is why I do not load it on any other device I have. Now, having a phablet would be awesome because some of the applications, like one of the applications I'm just learning about and finding out about. Now, I've heard about it before, didn't really know what it was, but now, you can call me behind the times if you want, but not everybody knows about it yet. More people are going to know about it now. And because I'm going to start using it because I think it's absolutely fantastic, is Evernote. Anybody ever hear of Evernote? Now, that's a perfect combination of an application and a hardware device, a phablet. I can't wait till I can upgrade on my Sprint contract and get myself a phablet. I mean, I could upgrade now, but I'm not paying $900 for these things or $600, whatever it is. So when I can upgrade and get the subsidized price, is when I'll do it. But whatever the incarnation of the Note or phablet is at the time, I'm going to get it. It's just that I can now afford to have gadgets like that, and I just think it's cool. I think I've always liked. I've had home electronic games. I mean, I had an Atari 5200 when I was younger. We had a Sega Genesis. I think we had just the plain Sega. Do you remember the original Sega? I think we had a Sega Genesis. We never had the Nintendo though, or the Xbox. But now I have a PS3 and a Wii. What is a PS4 is coming out this year, there's also there's a Google game machine coming out too. I just think I'm not going to spend those premium prices on that stuff, but I think it's fascinating. I think it's just cool. I'm not a techie where I just follow this stuff all the time, but when I see it, I just think it's absolutely amazingly cool. And right here in the U.S., well, in the westernized nations like the United States and the Far East countries like Taiwan and Korea and Japan, I call them westernized because they are westernized. So when anybody talks about, as far as civilization, the Western civilization, they're really talking about, and the rise of China too, because China is starting to come on. And they're starting to have these manufacturers that are rivaling the established electronic giants. I mean, you can start to expect to see some cheaper Chinese electronic products starting to flood the market. Now, you have to understand, this is exactly how Japan started back in the 60s and 70s. It used to be called Jap crap, no lie. Now it's not. But that's how they got, their cars in the 70s, remember the Honda Civic CVCC? Those were throwaway vehicles. They were cheap, but they were terrible. And then they got their act together. Well, it's the same thing with that it's going to happen with Chinese products. It's going to be cheap stuff at first. We're going to get flooded with all these cheap, crappy products, China crap instead of Jap crap. But at some point, that their poor quality is going to improve, and it is going to improve to a degree that it is going to rival that of any other good product. But I think they'll do it a lot faster than Japan did. Just wait and see. Don't doubt me on that one, folks. You're going to start to see big screen flat TVs, big flat screen TVs from China being imported to the U.S. You're going to start seeing Americans buy them by the boatloads. Now, at first, there will probably be some technological, and some quality issues, but I guarantee you, in short order, they will be remedied. Yes, by the way, if you want to be a good father, make sure your kids have everything that you didn't have. I guess that's got well, make sure you cheat on your mother, on their mother. Look, I say this because Bill Clinton was named Father of the Year. In case you didn't know, former President Bill Clinton is getting props for being a good dad. Clinton was named Father of the Year by the National Father's Day Council on Wednesday. How old is Chelsea now? She's like 30? What? She's married. How is Bill being a good dad right now? By staying out of her life and letting her live her own adult life? That's being a good dad. That's every dad in the country just about that has adult children. Well, most of the dads. I know there's some dads that probably, try to interfere with their kids' lives or live their kids' lives even when they're adults, and it's probably more so true of mothers, doting mothers than dads, but, there's dads out there that do that. But I'm still trying to figure out what could possibly earn Bill Clinton Dad of the Year when he's got a daughter that's 30 and married, or however old. She's not 20, that's for damn sure. She's definitely not in college. She's an old girl. She's she's not middle age, but she's got to be around 30. I mean, that's the equivalent of naming Jimmy Carter the Father of the Year. Well, how old is Amy? She's what, 50? That's really something strange to think about. Yeah, Amy Carter's, she's got to be in her 50s, right? But in any case, Bill Clinton, the Father of the Year, the man who was caught diddling his intern and who was accused of felonious sexual activities when he was governor, including rape, is now named the Father of the Year. The group selected Clinton for his profound generosity, leadership, and tireless dedication to both his public office and many philanthropic organizations. So said Dan Orwig, chairman of the National Father's Day Committee. What public office? His wife is the Secretary of State. He's just a former president. He has no public office. Well, where do they? I'm at a loss for words. I don't know where do they get this stuff. Who are these people? And what are we supposed to just jump up and down and yell hooray because Bill Clinton is now Father of the Year? Oh, I'm sorry, Dad of the Year for his public service. I wonder if what's her name? The one with the stained blue dress. I wonder if Miss Lewinsky would agree that Bill Clinton should be Father of the Year, or I'm sorry, Dad of the Year. Is there a difference between a dad and a father? There's not in the religious sense, and not in the biological sense. I guess that's what it means, because you can father a child, but doesn't mean you're their dad. I get that. But in the same sense, is there a difference between a dad and a father? Other than what I just mentioned, I mean, other than the biological aspect. But so why, and exactly how is Clinton today the epitome of father or daddom? Hey, guys, if you want your kids to think of you as being a great dad, then they're going to tell you, and I'm sure they're going to probably hear this in school, public school, that you got to follow the example of Bill. Yeah, I had some great father skills, man, some great fatherly and daddy skills. I was a daddy long before people understood what daddy is. Monica knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?